Hello and welcome to my first vlog. This is my first vlog on my own channel after filming the really enjoyable hobby vlog for Top Table Gaming. If you haven't seen it, please go and check it out. I'll try and remember to link to it in the description below. I'm going to try and keep this up, but it is what it is and it is only a hobby, so if there's some gaps I do apologise. I have a very busy life with very many other things going on in it. So thank you for joining me. I will be back later in this video. You'll see me very shortly. For me it will be a long time, with another update. The first thing I'm going to do this week is put some planking on the front of this MDF building. So I'll be using my Chop It, I believe, from Micromark, which is a superb bit of kit. All you do to use it is you set your length, the length that you want, the guide, then you grab a bit of lollipop stick here, put that in place, and done. And that way you get the same length every time. Now that I've cut all of those down, what I will be doing is I'll be cutting them to odd lengths. You don't normally find planking all to be the same length, and so I want this to look realistic, so that's what I'm going to do. I will come back when that is completed. So now I have cut all the lengths that I need. You can see them arrayed here, and I've got some more over here. And what I'm going to do is I have white glue, just normal PVA. I'm going to paint that over the whole of this edge. And then once I've done that, I will stick down each length of wood into place.
Rasta.
Okay, now that that is all done, the way that I like to, I'm very patient, so I will leave that on its end like that to dry. That will prevent it from warping. Of course, if you're in a hurry, you can clamp it. Welcome back to my hobby room. I have a little time while Angela and Rosie are having a doze on the sofa, which is always good for them and good for me, to do a little more work up here. So what I'm going to be working on is the ruined watchtower that I mentioned in the vlog that went on to Top Table Gaming. I have done a little bit more on this. I have put some filler inside the tower, and what I'm going to be doing now is working on some bricks which will be tumbled down all over the top and inside the courtyard a bit and around the base to make it look like it has collapsed. So I will point the camera down and we will have a look at that. I will be doing it in Das clay, which is what the actual tower is made of already, so that should work very well. So I'll be back very shortly. So here I have a normal chopping block and a normal rolling pin. But what I have done is bought myself some proper tools for working with clay, just because I think that can help a lot, having the right tools. This was very cheap from Amazon and it came with loads and loads of stuff. I have a tidy here which is stacked full of tools. So I will get the clay out.
Ever moving round in circles.
Okay, there we have it. I think that'll be enough for me for now. I can always make some more. What I'll do now is I'll go and put this somewhere where it's going to not get too hot. I've had trouble in the past with das clay cracking, so if I put this in a steady temperature, that will go off over the next couple of days. I'm not in a particular hurry, and when I come to do the next stage of this, I'll be sure to invite you along. Thanks for watching me cut up air dry clay. I finished gluing on the slats on the side of this MDF building, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stain it. Now, my bright idea, which is what I do, is when I'm staining wood for my models, is I use wood stain. Now, being in Bulgaria, that says Lazuran lac. So lacquer, yep. And this is Afrikansky teak, which is African teak, which is quite dark. And what I want to do is I'm going to put the African teak on the outside, and then I have a different colour which I will put on the inside to make it look a little bit more interesting. I'm currently debating whether I should line the inside as well so that the outside and the inside matches up. I'm not sure, but I'm at least going to stain the floor inside. So, let's get started. And there you have it. There's a few splashes inside, but they will be covered up when I'm doing the inside. But that's how quick and easy it is. So if you're worrying about materials and you're wondering how to put a wood stain on some wooden material, on some wooden models, why not just use real wood stain? The funny thing is, this is actually what I use on my own house. So there we are. What I'll do now is I will get the other colour out and I will put that on the inside, and then I will leave that to dry. Next up, I have, this is for the same building as the wooden structure, which will sit here. I have done a courtyard out of, you can see that it is actually literally cereal packet. Cut them up, stuck them on, did this the other night before I decided to do the channel. And what I'm now going to do is paint them black. Proof that when you're shooting videos it doesn't always work. As you can see, this isn't really sticking very well. It's because I've done this with the shiny side up. Now I think the best thing for me to do is to stop now before I waste any more time, and I will take this, I will spray the whole thing with varnish, and then later on I'll come back and I will use a primer spray which will stick to the shiny side a bit better and give me a better result. So that will require some masking. But first of all, I'm going to go and I'm going to seal the MDF. Now that previous building is sprayed nicely with black paint and is drying in my spray booth, which is very much more ventilated than this area, I'm going to come back to this, which has made some progress since the last time you saw it. I have sprayed and attempted to make the actual thatch look a bit better, though there's a lot more to be done. I'm not happy with it at all yet. And what I'm doing is I'm putting some more of this wood stain, just the same manufacturer. This one is actually oak, believe it or not, as orange as it looks. It will almost certainly dry a different colour. So we'll just slap that on very quickly on each end and leave it to dry. It goes off very, very fast, this stuff, so it does not take long at all. Finally for this evening, as my timer is my honey and lemon hot drink because I'm not feeling well and I'm getting to the bottom of this cup, is to do some plastering on this building, which is also from Sarissa, and I cannot claim to be the originator of this idea. I stole this wholeheartedly from Rich from Two Fat Lardies, and it works a treat. So, quick dry polyfiller, and that's it. Take a blob, you can't see. Take a blob and put it in my little tray just to make it be easier to control, and then close that off. Take a bit on my palette knife and smear it on.
Rasta. I was left here with my yesterdays, always thinking what I'd thrown away. And I see it, and I realize I'm the one who really had it all. And I see it, and I realize now. And I see it, and I realize you really can feel if you want it. You really can bleed if you want it. You really can hurt if you want it. You really can be if you want it now.
I'm going to turn the camera off because this is very hard to do and keep in shot, but you get the idea. So I've done as much as I'm going to do on that side for now. I have a wood store to put in this area which I haven't yet decided how to do, so I'm leaving that. I'll let that go off. This side is much better because there weren't any windows. This side is much harder to do because of all the windows. I will come back and sand that down so that it is a lot smoother than it looks, because I want this to be a smooth finish. But yeah, it is an easy technique. It does take some time, and it really is not very easy to do when you're on camera. And I have come to the end of my cup of hot honey and lemon, so I am now going to go to bed. Thank you for watching. Welcome back to my bench. So it is Sunday, and the spray primer worked very well. It's a bit shiny, but that will be knocked down with my processes. And the stain that I did on this has come up very nicely indeed. I have a few minutes now, not very long. I'm not going to go back to my plastering because that requires too much attention, so I'll move that out of the way. And I think I've probably just got enough time to put another couple of coats on the wood, and then that will be ready for use. I need to work out what to do on the inside walls as well, so I'll have a think about that. So I'm going to get myself set up and get that done. I will see you shortly. That is done. A second coat of the dark teak and then the mahogany inside, and I think that is starting to look really awesome. I'm very pleased with that. That's not far off done apart from the inside. So what I'm now going to do for the final bit of my time, I have very little time, as I say, it's nearly time to go and play a game. I'm going to do a little more process on this thatched roof, which I'm not very happy with, but it's going to be fine. So I have flocks that I've made myself with 4 different colours of paint here, just made from sifted sawdust taken from my own crosscut saw, so free basically. And I'm going to put some glue on this roof and then scatter different colours of the moss on the roof.
And I see it, and I realize now. And I see it, and I realize now. And I see it, and I realize you really can't.
I will let that dry, and then when that's dry I will give it another spray with some PVA to seal it off. So thank you for watching my first vlog. I think my plan is to record these through the week and then publish them on a Sunday. That will be the best time for me, and it will mean that I can keep them relatively in scope. So if you've enjoyed this, please do give me a thumbs up, please follow, and leave a comment. I'll be very pleased to hear from anyone who's watching these and take any advice or suggestions, or let me know if you found any of the tips or techniques I've used useful. Thanks again for watching Beard Clipper.